Alright, fucking bullshit. Screwed up with me last time. Ugh. I didn't get very far. Anyhow. Ugh. Hopefully this will continue. I don't even know why the guy left. Ugh. So a bird stopped. Sparkfoot. Oh. That's what happened, okay. Huh, that sucks.
There is a place where the lost embers go. As their light begins to fade.
Oh, that's me? Huh. Ember ran because standing still made it feel helpless. I guess I have to like
The wall glistened. The painting showed embers on a sacred journey. Ember felt so afraid and alone that it was a relief to find someone to talk to.
Oh, that's
Ember froze, almost too frightened to look away, when they noticed a small satchel. The satchel felt heavy. Ember looked inside. The statue shone brightly in the light.
Yeah.
There was a symbol on the floor. There was a symbol on the floor. There was a round space where something used to fit. To Ember's delight, the golden statue slid perfectly into place. Ember left, feeling sorry for the stranger now alone in the dark. The stairway opened into a dark forest. Ember could feel fear taking over. They'd washed up alone, somewhere very unfamiliar. Ember felt like they were being watched. The foxes howled into the night. The only reply was silence. The path was blocked. As Ember approached, the flame seemed to call out. With a feeling like falling, the forest had slipped away. Ember felt lost in darkness and ruin. The caged flame stoked new hope in Ember.
Thank you all for stopping by as I play a bunch of different games on my off night.
Hope was almost within reach. The flame spoke and Ember listened. The flame lingered ahead. Was it trying to escape? Or leading the way?
Oh, wow.
The campfire flickered into life. The ghost spoke. Hope has returned to a forlorn. I will warm them until they choose to move on. Ember looked to the ghost for answers.
Where am I?
This is a place between places, to travel through as your light fades. But none have passed on in a long time. The Forest King now holds us here, and those who linger will turn forlorn. Again that word, forlorn.
I get to make a choice.
The forlorn are those who lost their way along the path. If you find them, send them to me and I will guide them. I am just a guide along the way to fan the flame. So many lost embers have I seen, more than I could help. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them.
Cool.
Step backwards, little Ember. Look behind. Upon a small grassy cliff rests a forlorn.
Alright, gotta collect all the forlorn. Choo-doo-choo-choo-doo-choo.
The traveler spoke. You ever had roast frog, friend? I miss a good roast frog. Oh, how they crackle. The stranger had been forgotten. They tried to follow as best they could. But no one heard them when they fell behind.
Oh yeah, I like this game. For now. Okay, cool. 16 minutes. I'm sure I won't get them all tonight. Because I'm gonna try other stuff.
The stranger looked at Ember with surprise. Someone came back for me. Thank you. The stranger looked at Ember with surprise. Someone came back for me. Thank you.
Let me get this on a frog.
Barely visible through the murky water was the shadow of something hiding, and on a small pier with barely a sound, a lonely fisherman sat.
Sure. Guess can I get these frogs here?
The Ember was curious. Where did you wake up? I'm headed for the crossroads. It's not far, I think. I've heard there's a nest there. A safe place.
Makes sense. Maybe those aren't the frogs. Pipes? Interesting. But then again.
The stranger was trapped, caught in a maze.
Interesting.
It was hard to make sense of this place.
Maybe I can just put them all back. No, what's the point of that? Oh my god. Huh. Hmm. Wait. No. I swear this is how exactly it exactly started. How the fuck did I get this one? Yeah. Alright, fucking A. Is something back here I can check out? What the fuck? No. Huh. I think. Okay, no. Ah, fuck. start? Fucking hell. Hold up. Hold on. Like, I don't think there's like a different power I can do. I think I just have to figure it out, right? What the fuck?
The stranger was trapped, caught in a maze.
I think I fudged it up way too early.
It was hard to make sense of this place. The trail just kept on closing.
Stop it! No! Wow, you really effed that up in the beginning, huh? But I didn't need any special powers. That was just a half off. Get those few.
The stranger's voice was hoarse. I just need some time, I think, to see things clearly. The fisherman murmured quietly between sorrowful breaths. The fisherman felt so useless. His former joys were hollow. sitting out there every day by the pond, only the dark water to hear him talk. In that darkness, a glimmer flickered. A thought beating like a drum. A thought that went round and round. It all started with a frog. Every day by the pond, a constant reminder. For a brief moment, the fisherman struggled to speak. He looked at Ember, hopeful. The fisherman spoke softly. There's a frog in that pond, a big one. Saw him grow from a tadpole. We were friends of a sort, spent every day side by side. So much better at fishing than me, that frog is. Catches them before I can bait them. Oh, it makes me feel useless some days. The fisherman sighed. I've wasted so much time feeling like this. The old man looked carefully at the pond, at their rod, at Ember. Well, listen to me here, rambling on and on. It helps, though, telling someone. Thank you, Ember. If you need help catching anything, you just ask. You saw the frog? Did the frog mention me? You ask the frog about me, see what they say. Actually, no, just... Please don't tell the frog how much I talk about them. They say catching a fish isn't the point, so I tell myself that. I tell myself that a lot. If you need help catching anything, you just ask. The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling. Its eyes were fixed on Ember, but it seemed to mean no harm. Was this the frog that the fisherman spoke of? Ember could hardly ignore the rumbling from the frog's belly. The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling. The ghost said, "Speak and I will listen." Take the path east of here, gaze into the pond. The frog knows of a lost forlorn. The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling. Its eyes were fixed. Was this the frog? Ember could hardly ignore the rumbling from the frog's belly.
Run
I chased old Blue Betty round this pond for years. Best days of my life catching that fish. Had to use myself as bait. Stuck on me head ever since. Poor little worms. They didn't ask to be here. But how do you fish without them? One for me, one for the fishes. Slurp 'em down. If you need help catching anything, you just ask. The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling. Its eyes were... Was this the frog? Ember could hardly ignore the rumbling from the frog's belly. The traveler said, "You sailed in here. Where's your boat? Friend, you need a boat. Go see the builder in the caves. Tell them I'm sorry I never came back." The stranger had blazed their own path, created their own rock, their own islands. They did not need Ember's kindness. But still, Ember stayed. Building a bridge should it ever be needed. The stranger met Ember's eyes. The two shared a moment of silence. The stranger met Ember's eyes. The two shared a moment of silence. The old gate was locked. The crow held its shining trophy tight. The stranger whispered, "Ever feel like you are being watched? I've never felt that. What does it feel like? Is it nice? It sounds nice." The cave entrance was overgrown with dry brambles. He was nestled between the reeds, but it was just out of reach.
I bet you the fisherman can help. Interesting.
Inside was a scrap of journal. The strangers on the water went on without me. Where have I landed? Vines and thorns stretch out to trip me. The stranger whispered, "I've never felt that. What does it feel like? Is it nice? It sounds nice." The broken net hung ominously around the skeleton's neck.
It's got a hole in it. That's cool. Almost every spider web can tangle you until it's not.
The stranger shivered in the cold. They'd moved through such dark places. They lay down and closed their eyes. Warmth was a distant memory, stolen by the passing miles. The stranger blinked at Ember. Is it morning already? How long have I been asleep?
Ah, there's a hole. Okay. Huh. Cute.
The door was sealed shut. The stranger said thoughtfully, I felt so alone. I was so lost. The stranger whispered, be kind to yourself. The stranger said, take care of those you care about the most. The ghost said, speak and I will listen. Take the path east of here, gaze into the pond. The frog knows of a lost forlorn. The key was nestled, but it was just out of reach.
It's got a hole in it. I bet if I gave it to the fisherman, it would help. I think I said that before, however, I got distracted. I ain't got no fucking time for this shit.
The worm looked helpless, with no way to escape. As Ember picked it up, the worm let out a little yelp.
Yelp.
The Wanderer's Diary. Unfamiliar trees, a path overgrown. Is this a resting place? A place between places? I call out, but mine is the only voice.
Oh, I came from down there. There's no going back.
The foxes howled into the night. The only reply was silence.
I wanted to see if I could rescue that person from the beginning. Nope. Okay. Oh, my bad.
The fisherman noticed the broken net Ember was carrying. Let me have a look. See what I can... With a silk thread, the fisherman carefully knotted it together. With each knot he tied, a net began to form. Here you go. Good as new.
I guess the worm is for the frog. The frog must be eating the bait.
The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling.
Oh, shit.
This was not how Ember had imagined the end. The gurgling of water, a deafening heartbeat. But then... the frog returned Ember's good deed by leading them to a lost forlorn.
Huh. Nice little frog. Oh god, these things again. This one looks even worse.
The stranger stood alone. Their friends have fallen aside, retreating from what came next. The stranger had ventured on. Now they were deep in the woods. It felt so pointless.
Done fucked up again. Ah. I knew I should have thrown in the water. Well, maybe some of them. That big one? I don't think so.
The stranger stood alone.
This one? I should have kept.
Their friends have fallen aside, retreating from what came next. The stranger had ventured on. It felt so pointless. The stranger spoke hesitantly. Is the campfire crowded? Let me gather myself. I'll see you there.
Huh. That thing.
Ember found the Wanderer's diary. The oily smell of frogs. They know more than they will say. They watch me watching them. The stranger spoke. You look hungry, friend. You bring any broth with you? There's a cook in the swamp. Makes a broth like you wouldn't believe. Keep telling them that it doesn't taste right. They'll keep giving you more.
Asking that a fog. Possibly the old man then as well. I'll go talk to him.
If you need help catching anything, you just ask.
Well, there's a lot for this one key. Can you imagine if I came to the key first?
The key was nestled, but it was just out of reach.
They probably did, that's why I didn't want to do it. What? Oh, I was going to say. Oh, I see my fucking key.
The old gate was locked. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it.
Seriously? Yeah. Yeah.
The stranger gasped for breath. Dark water slipping above their head. The sea didn't care if they sank or swam. Slowly the tides ebbed, washing over old walls. A safe harbor emerging from the inky depths. Ember reached out a hand. The stranger looked down. The ground feels good beneath my feet, friend.
That's it. For this location. The first campfire.
The ghost said, "You have done all you can, little one. Your journey lies ahead." Little one, your journey ahead will not be easy. The path to leave this place is blocked. I will guide others to follow after you clear the way. There are others like me who can help. You will always be welcome here in the forest. Once again, Ember could feel eyes watching. Ember uncovered a journal entry. Dusk brings the longest shadows. The lanthorn comforts me. Soft melodies from home. The wild things listen. Yellow eyes in graying trees. Ember approached the forlorn, but felt it was different. They said, "I know what I need to do, what I need to feel. I don't want to be helped." Ember could not help. Not all problems were puzzles to be solved. The guard joked. "Another scrawny Ember from the forest." And with a bag looking all nicely and shiny, both guards started looking at Ember with a deathly stare. The guard leered. "The Forest King would like you, little scruff. Yes, come a little closer. Let us see what's in that bag." We guard the door to the Forest King. Oh yes, we decide who gets to see the king. The Forest King will want to see you. Yes, yes, come this way. A feeling of foreboding overcame Ember. Ember was terrified but tried not to show it. The giant bird spoke softly. Another little Ember. Speak, little one. Do not fear. The bird is a friend. Ember wanted to feel safe. Oh, little Ember, birds won't hurt you. Birds will take another under our wing. Stay safe in the nest, you'll never turn forlorn. Ember was still afraid. Is it the night that scares you, little one? See, night is gone. Day is here. Birds will make the world less frightening. It wasn't only the night that frightened Ember. The bird was disappointed. Stay? No need to help, silly forlorn. Hope is false. Hope hurts little ones in the end. The Forest King spoke so gently to Ember. Perhaps they could rest here for a while. It was hard to know what else to say. Clever little Ember. You will stay. You will not turn forlorn. Search for hope no more. Now take this feather. Feather means Ember is one of us now. Birds keep little ones safe. Birds should never leave the nest. The guards seem pleased. Clever Scruff sticking with us. I can hold that bag for you. Leave him alone, they're one of us now. Yeah, one of us. And we all shares bags and things. The travelers had disappeared. Their campfire remained. The ashes were still warm. Bear tracks lay in the cinders. The crossroads gate was locked. It was worth trying, but it didn't fit in the lock. The guard squawked. Stand back, don't come any closer. Nothing down there but sadness and turning forlorn. Go see the Forest King. He'll set you straight. Got your first feather, I see. Best prove yourself, Scruff. Stand watch here. Promise you won't let anyone pass. Ember didn't like deceiving the birds. But what choice did they have? They couldn't rest in that place forever. They had to keep... The stranger leaned in. I know how crazy this sounds. But friend, those birds are really just embers, dressed up. The stranger wanted Ember's attention, being careful not to speak too loudly. You should get away from here while you still can. You can't trust the birds. I've heard there's another campfire in the marsh. Well, that's where I'm going if I can find a way down. Ember wasn't ready to face the birds again. This forlorn was not the same as the others. The forlorn whispered softly, I know what I need, but I am not ready. I may never be ready. The future is yours, stranger, but mine is mine. Ember left the forlorn with their thoughts. The time wasn't right, perhaps would never be. Ember hurried away from the birds. The mist hung close to Ember, hiding them. The forest king seemed frightened, the birds cruel. Ember would rather risk turning forlorn than become like them. Ahead there would be others to help, and maybe a way to move on. Hidden away was a scrap of journal. There are memories here, bound in rock. I hear their voices echo in the ancient stone. I find footprints by the cinders, a makeshift camp. The travelers seem distressed. I'm sure it's fine. They'll be okay. But it's been a while since. It's my fault. The travelers seem distressed. But it's been a while. It's my fault. The traveler whispered quietly. No matter where I go, I always end up here. No matter where I go, always here. The fog was so blinding, Ember was turned around. It looked like a map, but pieces were missing. The piece formed a new route. It was the same place as before. But how? An eerie scene, like a moment frozen in time. Ember found a scrap of journal. I heard them coming. The snap of a twig, a flutter of birds. A figure dashing through the undergrowth. Another like me? Gradually, more of the map was revealed. A section of bridge had somehow been ripped from its foundations. It was like the map had been broken on purpose. The mist revealed a secret place. Was it hidden on purpose? The stranger spoke. You know, part of me didn't want to be found. I said some things I shouldn't have, and now I'm lost. But it's too late. skeleton looked peaceful. Held tightly in its hand was a red feather.
Great, the birds.
The statue spoke, just as it once moved the hearts of the forlorn. The instrument you now hold has the power to move the world around you, another before you, to great effort to hide it deep within this riddle. The lanthorn began to glow. Hidden inside was the Wanderer's journal. Another face at last, a catcher of fish resting by a pond. We work together, silk and tar and aching fingers. My boat floats once more, though I almost wish to stay. Inside was a secret diary entry. Pink, orange, red, brown, leaves gently dancing to the ground. Crunch, crackle, lovely sound, fall into a giant mound. There was one last place to reach on the map. The fog was so blinding, Ember was turned around. The fog was so blinding, Ember was turned around. Ember felt a great relief to be out of the mist. Ember didn't mind getting muddy. The slide was such fun. A sleeping pig. Trotters in the air. They looked happy. The plant looked like it could take a hand off, and it was in Ember's way. The fruit was giving off a sickly sweet smell. They're sleeping. They looked happy. Ember chuckled. The dangerous plant was no match for a hungry piggy. A hideous odor filled the air. And suddenly, the reason was obvious. The pig inhaled a giant snort of air. Wait. What's that delicious smell? Ember shuffled nervously. Other embers fed me treats, but then stopped. You feed me now. As the pig chewed, a light grew in its belly. Surprising. A little sparky, but tingly in belly. But what I want is something more fruity. The pig would eat anything. Ember just needed to find more. And with each thing it ate, the light grew even brighter.
fruity, fresh, but tastes a lot like mud. But what I want is something with more crunch. Perhaps if Ember could satisfy the pig, they might be more helpful.
A lost message was inside. The mist is thick. One way blurs into another. Where do I end? Where does the world begin? I cannot see far enough to tell. Ember found a secret note from the Wanderer. Something beckons. This place is not home. I trace the map in my head, recite the older myths. I have to move on. Ember came upon another campfire lost in the wilderness. The ghost said, "Speak and I will listen." This is the Hollow Marsh. Here hope was consumed before it could flourish. You must not lose hope, or you too will turn forlorn. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them. Down steps to your east, travel the path south, watching a pig grow unhappy, a forlorn lost hope. The skull was disgusting. Perhaps the pig would like it. This was the last thing Ember could find to offer. Crunchy, embery, not much meat, bit too bony. But what I want is, the pig's stomach made an almighty sound.
Ember chuckled with relief at the large creature they had been so afraid of.
The pig had vanished, but something moved beneath the surface. In a muddy pond, Ember thought the pig looked a lot less imposing.
The pig shouted joyously. "The water feels so good on the skin. Join me, morsel."
The pig seemed happy, but Ember wasn't getting too close.
Why do I consume whatever people put in front of me? I need some true nourishment, but there's none left here. But so much cooler in this muddy pond, I can finally think. Thank you, morsel.
Ember thought about the pig. Fed to bursting by others, but without nourishment. Who had the pig been before? Ember wondered.
Cheerily, the stranger said, "Don't say much, little friend, do you? Remind me of one of those golem statues. Stood there, mouth open. I like you."
A stone golem frozen in the lake, a relic from a forgotten time. Ember watched as the helpful piggy cleared the path. Ember found a lost message. The smell of hot broth and hearty stew wafts across the swamp. By the cook's pot I meet another. They are on their own path, but we promise to meet again. The stranger couldn't take on more. The time to grow had passed.
Cool.
The strangers stretched their limbs. Perhaps it is not too late after all. Inside was a scrap of journal. In the orchard, I meet the stranger from the cook's fire, a stranger no longer. Together we fill their satchel, food and memories for the road ahead. The pot had turned cold. The fire had died. Nothing the cook made felt good enough. Endlessly stirring the same tasteless pot. Couldn't focus, sleepwalking through the days. Aimed inwards was a swirl of thoughts. In the eye of the storm, a fragile flicker. They wanted to serve something perfect. The praise of others was hollow. The cook felt numb and hurt all at once.
Ah, a tortoise.
The cook spoke softly. "Oh, hello, little one. I didn't see you. I must have lost myself for a moment." It's supposed to be my new soup recipe, but it's not ready. It's not done. A wonderful smell wafted towards Ember. "You look starving, poor thing. Have a little taste, but it's not right yet." It was the most beautiful thing Ember had ever tasted. I know. It's got no flavor, nothing special. Ember wished the cook would believe them. "Oh, I used to love this. Just want to be good at it. But it feels like I'm making the same things over and over. Nothing has flavor. I'm stuck." Oh, I'd forgotten how good it feels feeding folk. But it's not ready. There's no need to pretend just to make me feel better. The cook stirred their soup, looking at Ember, looking at their pot, staring, thinking. Soon, maybe. "If you know what you want, I can try. But I really need some better ingredients. Something from the orchard could have worked, if it was still standing." Oh. The cook struggled to hold back their emotions. "Pigs have gotten in me orchard. Planted every sapling I did. All me hard work ruined. Take the key and have a look yourself. I can't bear to. See if anything is left, but I promise you, there won't be."
cheerily the stranger said. Don't say much, little. Remind me of one who stood there, mouth open. I like you. As the forlorn awoke, the campfire flickered into life. The ghost said, "Speak, and I will listen." Down steps to your east, travel the path south, watching a pig grow unhappy, a forlorn lost hope. The Wanderer's Diary. An ancient throne sits empty. No one remains to guide or protect, but we do not mind. My companion shelters with me now. We cannot help those left behind. The stranger had come so very far.
They felt the air beneath them, the distance ever widening.
take another look at it. Damn, this one's fucking rough.
The stranger had come so very far. They felt the air beneath them, the distance ever widening.
Can't go upstairs. Okay. Okay.
It was such a long way down. A resolve stirred within the stranger. Just a few more steps. It can't be much further. Ember found the Wanderer's diary. We stop by the warmth of another campfire. The guardian spirit provokes us, asks what we hope to resolve. I do not understand the question. My companion is silent. The stranger knew they had to move on. The path behind was forever closed. They knew they had no choice, and yet they hesitated. They tried so hard to see it all. To leave now seemed unbearable. The stranger stared past Ember. I'm almost ready. Let me sit a little longer. I will catch up. I promise.
Wow, that seems so intense.
The stranger puzzled over their journey. Some steps felt effortless. Twisted by unseen. Gratefully, the stranger said, "Friend, thank you. We all help each other along the path." Ember uncovered a journal entry. Naughty piggy, simple piggy, so easily teased with fruit. They are no help until they are fed. A few grow fat, wobbling on their trotters. The stranger said excitedly, "I've not heard a lanthorn play in a long time. Magical sound a lanthorn makes. Your whole body moves.
Let me tell you, I plays a good lanthorn.
The stranger said excited, magical sound.
Let me tell you, I plays a good lanthorn.
Hidden away was a scrap of journal. Hands encircled around the evening fire, merry lanthorn tunes, singing out the promises of old. Will home be as we remember? The orchard gate was locked and needed a key. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it. The cook was right. The pigs had destroyed everything. The pig devoured the fruit with careless abandon. Ember found a scrap of journal. The lanthorn wards off ghosts and fear. It shapes the world as we wish it. I urge my companion to rest, but still they stare into the fire. The stranger closed their eyes and let the fog overwhelm them. Soft, gentle fog that held them like a vice. The mist could not be pushed, would not be fanned away. The stranger spoke. The fog didn't choose me, it just was. I hope it never closes on you, friend. The frog seemed nervous, but also relieved to see Ember. They told Ember that the birds had let all the pigs into the orchard, and that the pigs had eaten everything, all whilst the birds watched and laughed. Except one precious thing the frog had managed to keep safe. The frog offered the lotus seeds to Ember.
They pleaded for Ember to take the lotus seeds to their old friend the cook, as the frog knew how important good ingredients were in hard times. The frog was relieved to see Ember again. They asked that Ember take the lotus seeds to their old friend the cook. The stranger couldn't face themselves. They'd never meant any harm. The stranger couldn't face themselves. It just hurts to be outshone. Easier just to turn aside. The stranger searched Ember's face. Is there hope for me, do you think? Will I make it? The ember spoke hesitantly. Nothing is endless. Nothing. Hello there. It takes a long time to grow a tree, but a pig minutes to destroy it. Some of the leaves are poisonous, so that's something.
Nice.
You ever want to feel good about your cooking, feed a piggy. They always ask for more. Makes you feel lovely. But then later you see them eating some old shoes. We call them apples, but I don't think they are apples. They look a bit wrong. But they taste a bit wrong. But if you boil them, then they taste wrong in a different way. I can't believe... Where did you... I've never cooked with lotus seeds before. Ember felt happy seeing the cook suddenly so full of purpose. What a lovely surprise! What a lovely surprise! Please try some. It's not much, but there's plenty to go around. Help yourself. Be well, little one. And do remember me if you are ever hungry.
The fuck? Hmm? Get the fuck out of here. The fuck is this shit? Wait, does it even matter? The fuck? And then I can't go that way. So what the fuck? What's that? You bastard. Frog, frog, turtle, frog. Okay, fuck off. Light.
The stranger was afraid. They couldn't see what lay ahead. Amber saw their own fear reflected in the stranger. The darkness hungered for them all. The little ember spoke hesitantly. How do you continue, never knowing if we'll reach the end? Hidden inside was the Wanderer's journal. Our feet are weary, the hours long. There will be much to do when we arrive. I tell my companion of those waiting at home. They do not seem to know what to say. The pig was joyous. What is this? A garden of treats. We will grow and eat like piggy kings. Compliments to the chef. The ghost said, "You have done all you can, little one. Your journey lies ahead. You have done well to get this far, little one. I will clear the path ahead for you." You have seen another watching over you. They know the secrets of this place. Seek them out. Softly, the ember said, "Most people are unhappy sometimes, don't you think?" With love, the stranger said, "I needed a friend. Thank you." The ember whispered, "It's so long since I last felt heard." The stranger said thoughtfully, "I needed better friends. I can see that now." The ember spoke hesitantly. "Nothing is endless. Nothing." With courage, the ember said, "We should be more careful of each other." Gently, the stranger said, "Love survives us all in the end." The painting was the same as Ember had seen before. 2 embers shone clearly in the daylight now, their journey ahead. The forlorn was cold to the touch, different to the others. The stranger spoke. "Thank you for coming to help. I can't let another in right now." Ember shared a moment with the forlorn and hoped they would find what they needed.
Well now, we've been looking everywhere for you. Ooh, fun, over the wall they goes. Hope you have a good excuse for running off, Scab.
Ember's heart sank.
Ember told the birds about all they had seen in the marsh, pleading for their help. Save your made-up stories for the Forest King. Oh yes, tell the lies to the king.
Huh, how convenient.
Ember felt nervous standing before the king again. Frustrated, the Forest King said,
"Poor tired Ember, where did you go? You must rest now."
You give false hope. Try and fail and hurt. This is all there is.
Ember could feel the Forest King looking right through them.
This end, there no more. Why not stop? Let go of this. You must stay. No more foolish hope. Last chance. Take key now. Make sure gates are locked. Let no more in. Let no more out.
Ember took the key. What choice did they have?
yeah, this really is your last chance. Don't betray the Forest King again.
The Ember looked proud. "I've nearly earned my full feathers. How are you getting on?" The Ember hesitated. "Oh, really well. Me too. I can't wait until everyone has to listen to me. Yeah." The stranger inhaled deeply. "The cook taught me this recipe. Don't tell anyone. But the secret ingredient is pork." The stranger spoke earnestly. "The Forest King is right, you know. I've seen those embers turned forlorn. It's a shame they wouldn't listen." The traveler looked lost. "Have you been searching for home too? I wandered so long. But Something feels wrong out there. I'm not sure it feels right here either. The crossroads gate was locked. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it. Eagerly, Ember left the birds behind, glad to be free. The traveler whispered. Used to be a river all round here. Watched the birds build the dam night and day. Took them forever. They had no clue what they were doing. It was hilarious. It was a dock, but the water wasn't high enough to use it. It was an abandoned boat, sadly stranded in the mud. Ember was at the entrance to a dark cave. The smell of stale water oozed out, like it had once been flooded, but now was bone dry.
I'm done. How do I can save? Well, I'm here. I haven't saved once yet, so we'll see. Although technically there was that save before. The hour 17 minutes and 20 something. Alright, it's here. I am done with this one. I'm gonna move on to a different game.